from there. Nothing but downhill. But I want to talk about one thing before I start. Like, I saw some... You know the type of people like who shouldn't breed, who shouldn't make babies. Well, we had those in Finland today. And they were all crammed in one place. And I want to talk about that now. Because I think, where the fuck is my sound? Let's put the music a little bit lower. So I don't have to yell. There we go. And we're gonna... I found the news in English. So I'm gonna show you that now. I'm gonna make the screen a little smaller so actually you can see that I'm still basically playing Warcraft, but I'm reading the news. So in our nation's capital in Finland, in Helsinki, there was like, was it 400 people, almost 500. I saw somewhere that it was close to 500 people who gathered to protest the COVID restrictions our government is going to inflict because the rise in infection numbers we've had the past like a month or so because people are dumb. And like the reason they are making the restrictions are that I don't know, the media in Europe and the media in Finland, they like bombed us like news about how we were one of the best countries to fight COVID and we were number one. And I think that went to a lot of people's head like really, really fast. And they thought that, okay, since we're number one, we can do what the fuck we want. And they started to do that. Especially young people. Like, was it the most infectious age group is 18 to 30 years old. And I'm really sad about that. Because that's the group where, okay, I'm 31. But basically I'm in the same group. So that's pissing me off because what I've encountered and saw during my, like, I'm not gonna say quarantine time, but I've taken this disease seriously since the day one, since last February. February, yeah, when I read about it. It was 2 months ahead of the Finnish government. So I was already like hoarding masks and everything because I knew that this is gonna hit us hard and it's gonna hit all of Europe. And although the Europe and the World Health Organization said that this isn't infectious, no need to worry. They said it in even last March, but then it hit the shit hit the fan. So I've seen. I still go to the shop once a week to buy groceries for the rest of the week. And during that time, when I go to the grocery store to buy groceries, the only people not wearing masks are young people. Yeah, it doesn't like matter what gender you are or anything, just young people. If there's a couple, like, let's say, a man or a woman, or a woman and a woman, or a man and a man, it's always 50%. I don't know why. Like, we went to buy my daughter some horsing equipment because she started horse riding. A great thing to start when you're in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah, you're with horses all the time. So we went to buy horsing equipment to Mylly, which is one of the big like shopping centers in Raisio. And we saw like probably 10 or 11 couples, and it was always only one had a mask and the other didn't. We were like, the fuck is that? Like, why? It's basically the same thing that... well, I can't even think about anything that is the same. It's like... that's one of the dumbest things we've ever seen, like me and my wife. And my oldest daughter asked me that, why are they doing that? we actually had a great incident because I'm allergic to horses. Like, I can't be around horses. They make my throat like swollen and also make my nose bleed. No, not bleed, but nose runny and my eyes water. So I can't be near horses. I become sick. So my wife had things to do Thursday, and that's the day my daughter goes to the stables to ride horses and maintenance them, brush the fucking fur or something. I don't know shit about horses, so I'm just guessing here. So my wife needed me to take my daughter there, and I was like, huh. Did you forget that I'm allergic to horses? No, I know. But you can take her. You can, before you're there, turn the AC off and all the air vents off. So you're good to go. I was like, huh. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but my daughter has to step out of the car. And when we get there, I actually found out that my daughter needs to change her equipment on our trunk. Because we have a large family car, so we have a large trunk. So my daughter changes her clothing and like gear in the trunk. So actually the trunk was open for a good 3 minutes. And I could already start to feel like it in my throat that, okay, this is gonna end fucking horribly if my daughter don't step out of his game. Another minute passed and I was like, what the fuck is taking her so long? She was actually gone already. She didn't say anything. She just fucking left. And I was like, probably 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I was just fucking sitting in the car, the trunk open, breathing all the fucking horse fumes and making myself sick. And my daughter just decided to leave without saying a word. I was like, God damn, that's just what I would have done. Like, that's the best dick move you can do. It's not deadly, but it's a dick move. Okay, back to the idiots. So yeah, so they decided to have a rally where they are, well, basically, here's what this really was like. They were reading Bible scripts. They were hailing like fucking Nazis. There was some soldier of owning people there who are basically like the farthest of right you can go. And there was one guy, I don't know, I have a video here, which is, you can see what the rally is about. I don't know if it's on the video, but I watched it live. Somebody was streaming, and there was one guy who was coughing all the time during the speeches, and it was fake, but he was coughing all the time. And that was fucking hilarious. Like, okay, he may be sick, which is, I don't wish anybody COVID, but if there is anybody who deserves it, let's say, it's probably these 400 people who gathered in Helsinki today. Like, how fucking dumb do you have to be? These are the same, I promise you, these are the same fucking people who believe the 5G conspiracy theories. And like, they are putting microchips in you with the COVID vaccines. These are the same people. There was actually one speaker, I don't know what her name was. She was a highly educated conspiracy theorist. That's what she called herself. I'm a highly educated conspiracy theorist. And she started spouting shit. Like, I think she spoke like a half an hour or something, and it was pure garbage. Like, and she's a doctor. Like, she's actually highly educated, but she didn't make any sense. It was just like 30 minutes of pure garbage. Nothing good came from that. And also, one of the funniest things, I can actually show this one. This is like a compilation of the... This is Chewbacca. Oh well, you're gonna see Chewbacca soon. There's actually a Finnish version of the Capitol building Viking, which one? Look at this, and they're proud of this. There we go. That's the guy. This is the Finnish Capitol Viking. Like, this is the guy who rushed the Capitol Hill, but this is the Finnish version of it. If anybody knows this, make him a superstar. Like, this is... And I don't know what the fuck the Helsinki police did, but I can assure you they didn't do their job. Because in Helsinki, at the moment there are restrictions that you can't held happenings like this, where there are more than 6 people in a group. They could have spread it around, like into group of 6, and you needed to keep the social distancing like 2 meters apart, the six people group. And why this is strange is because the Helsinki police actually, I can show you. Helsinki police. There we go. The reason why I'm saying this is that where was it? There we go. It's the next one. This one. So this tweet in English says that the protest is continuing in the marketplace because the protesters were divided to smaller groups. So the police decided to give them the right to keep their speeches and everything because they agreed to go by the rules. But as you can see, the very next picture shows a very different picture. There was no smaller groups. There was nothing. And as you saw in the video, there's no fucking smaller groups. So Helsinki police tweeted one thing, that they have like negotiated that the protesters have to be in smaller groups. But that wasn't the truth. And okay, because of that, now the left is actually accusing the police being Nazis because there were a bunch of Nazis in this protest. So yeah, this is kind of strange to live in Finland at the moment. The first sign you can see is that the facts and numbers doesn't add up. Freedom and responsibility. Oh my fucking god. They actually had a sign of freedom and responsibility, and they had a conga line. Well, it was 400 to 500 people, yeah. But in you have to remember that in Finland there's like it's a lot in Finland. Like, we don't have 1,000 people protests. Like, we have 100 people, and 500 people is actually quite a lot. Oh, now the same guy that held the sign faction numbers doesn't add up. You see here? Now he has a different sign. Children's rights. Why the fuck do you have children's rights? Yeah, this is the pride of our nation. It was close to 500, I think. Like, the most safe is this guy. Because he's not facing anybody. He's not behind anybody. He's at the front row, so he has the best position to be. Oh, now he's telling everybody that you need to spread around, and that same guy is yelling him, "Go fuck yourself." Nice. Freedom of speech. I didn't see it. Our Prime Minister has changed his minds. Why aren't you? The cure can't be worse than the disease. We don't have those. Like, you have to remember that us Finns are really like isolated people. We enjoy our privacy. This guy is really fucking angry. But yeah, they are not in groups of 6. And I have to say that this was kind of a letdown by our police. And they are saying now that, okay, maybe they didn't obey the rules, so they are gonna start some investigations why they didn't and who didn't play by the rules, and they're gonna make some arrests. But let's see some live picture here. I think there's 500 people there. Yeah, but this is like... It's days like these that I'm a little bit more ashamed to be a Finnish person.